right, Evan Ginsberg back with another edition of Evan Ginsberg's Legends TV. And we are back with my co-host, Steve Ludwig from Classic Pop Culture Radio.
Hello, Evan.
As well as James Hughes from the band In With the Old.
Thank you.
And you have an interesting band in that you have a 23-year-old and a 76-year-old. That's an interesting combination.
Yes.
Tell us
Yes.
about the band.
Well, actually it started, I do open mics, so I meet all different musicians, and the real hardcore musicians love to come out. They don't care who's there, they don't care what kind of music, they just want to play. So I had a lot of young kids showing up at first, but then I play with other bands where it's more oldies, and that's Victor, my saxophone player, is 76, and he's more into, you know, his oldies and doing his shows like that. But when he comes with me, now to him, this is rock and roll. To the kids, that's oldies to them, you know. But basically, we all meet together. All the generations just seem to squash into my band, and I like it. You know, I'm in the middle actually. I'm 54, so.
Okay.
You know,
We have something in common. I'm 54.
Ah,
There you go.
We have something in common. I was 54.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I used to be. You know, a good song is a good song, though. You know, you talk about generations. Really, you know.
I enjoy it because the younger guys look to me as like the encyclopedia of rock and roll. Because usually I'll know pretty much every song. They'll remember a riff or they'll remember a word or something, and I'll be like, I know the song, and you know, they appreciate it. And the older guys that play with me are very seasoned, you know, and they're used to playing a lot of the same songs, you know, Mustang Sally and stuff. Right. I get the obscure songs. I do songs that a lot of bands don't do, but have all the sax and all the parts to it, and you know them all. You know, Brandy from Looking Glass.
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
Well, and
As a fan and not a musician, I find that some songs are just played to death, even though they're great songs. Like, I really don't need to hear Stand By Me again. I don't need to hear Take the A Train again at a jazz show. I don't need to hear Sweet Home Chicago for the 400th time at a blues show. It's kind of like, you know, overkill. What's your take on that?
Well, what I find with when you're in the heat of the moment, you know, when the crowd is ready to dance, they want to hear something they know.
Sure,
you know,
sure.
And even though it's like to us, you know, you've played it so many times or you've heard it so many times, once the atmosphere is there, the music playing, people are smiling, you know, and grooving, have a few drinks in them, they want to hear it. And you know, it's very hard. It's compelling. I've stayed away from songs, and before the night's through, yes, please, Sweet Home Alabama, play it, you know, and I'm like, oh, God.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, you know, and it's really, sometimes some artists, that's their standards, it's in their set, so they will play it no matter what, and then sometimes the crowd just pulls it out of you. They want it.
So let me flip this. We know what a young musician can learn from an older musician. What can a 76-year-old learn from a 23-year-old, if anything?
That it's all my musicians, it's in their heart. They play not because they, you know, were taught and this is something that they must do. This is something they love to do. This is something, and a 76-year-old, my friend Victor, loves when kids, young, because I manage Little League. When I'm out there with them and you're amongst all the young, you are young.
Right.
You are getting a little breath off the fountain of youth, you know.
Yep.
And he finds, you know, when he plays with younger players, something new is going to happen. It's exciting, and he feels the youth.
Okay. And you have a big show coming up,
Yes,
benefit.
I do.
Tell us a little about that.
Okay, if everybody knows, out in Riverhead, Splish Splash on April 6th. It's a Sunday starting at noon. There's a whole big car show, bike shows. We have vendors. It's going to be pretty much till 6 o'clock. We got, for the bikers, you got swap meets, and it'd probably be all sorts of goods for you to, I've heard from what I've been listening, we're getting more and more vendors, maybe some leather goods and all those kind of things. But for the most part, 4 bands will be playing, and In With the Old is the one that I'm in, and we'll be probably going on somewhere around 2:30, 3 o'clock, and I hope to have you come out. Enjoy the fun. Get some spring in your lungs. It's
you go.
time.
Really.
And later in the show, you're going to do a number with our own Tommy Ma. That should be fun.
Yes, this
There you
is
go.
like last minute stuff.
That's
I
right.
like
We
this.
do a lot of improv here.
Spontaneous.
Sounded good in sound check.
That's right. And Steve, tell us what's been happening with Classic Pop Culture Radio.
Well, thanks, Evan. You know, you go to planetludwig.com, and this past Tuesday, it's a Steve Ludwig's Classic Pop Culture. We had Question Mark on this past Tuesday for his 3rd visit. Now,
I love that guy. I saw him live. He's colorful.
Oh,
He's
he
like
is-
Little Richard, man.
he is fantastic.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, you know, we have a video by a Detroit band coming up, and Question Mark's from the Michigan area. Anything and everything Question Mark is willing to answer. He'll never shy away from anything. I asked him about, is Justin Bieber talented? What's a stronger emotion, love or hate? We talk about when he was on the Upbeat TV show. It was kind of like an American Bandstand. It's such a great hour interview. He
That's
gave
right.
me 60 minutes. He's just the best.
That's right. And what a colorful guy. I mean,
He is.
You know, just charisma. I saw him at Lincoln Center. There had to be 5,000 people there, and Ronnie Spector came out with him, and it was.
And his voice is still, I've seen live YouTube stuff. I know you had 2 of my favorites on this past Wednesday on your show.
Marilyn McCoo and Billy Davis Jr. from the Fifth
LegendsRadio.net,
Dimension,
yeah, oh, boy.
along with great indie artists as well. That's what we like to do at legendsradio.net.
Yeah.
And what we're going to do right now is show a video of the Horse Cave Trio out of Detroit. And everybody knows Detroit for Motown and later Eminem, but there was a booming rock scene in Detroit. So I want to give a quick shout out to Dave Brzezinski and Tino Gross and all the boys out in Detroit. And this is the Horse Cave Trio. Enjoy, folks.
I hear the train is coming, it's rolling round the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck off the bedland, time keeps dragging on. That train keeps moving on down to San Antonio. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy. I don't ever play with guns. I shot a man in Detroit just to watch him die. I hear that lonesome whistle, I hang my head and cry. Yeah! will keep me moving, and that's what tortures me. They free me from this prison if that railroad train was mine. Bet I'd move it on a little farther down the line. Far from close to prison, that's where I want to stay. I've let that lonesome whistle chase my blues away. Yeah, man.
All right, and that was the Horse
Good
Cave
video.
Trio.
Yeah,
My
man.
buddies from Detroit, Dave Berzinski, who I originally knew from the wrestling world. He worked with the Sheik out at Cobo Hall. He was a top indie manager, and Dave Berzinski filmed that, I believe. And we're going to get these guys down to New York, hopefully in the summer, and looking forward to that. And one of the exciting things about doing Legends TV is not only do we bring great artists on the show, Minni is coming on later, great hip-hop artist, but we get musicians from around the world who are contributing great videos and great work to us. And we're going to show you now from the Initiative. And Steve, you have a very close relationship with the Initiative out in Australia. Tell us about them.
Yeah, I mean, they're great. Like you said, from the land down under in Australia, Joe Mandica and his great stable of performers have a CD called The Initiative. And Grace Marino, whose video we're going to see right now, she's one of the standouts on the CD. They're all great. And our friends who are watching live in Australia right now, it's about...
What time is it in Australia?
It's about 3 a.m., 3:15
right.
a.m. in Australia right now. And so after this show's over, they put their PJs on and go right to bed. But
Really?
for now, we have to check out this great video by Grace Marino.
Check it out. Grace Marino from the Initiative, folks, all the way from Australia, the other side of the world. Enjoy.
I'll go first for this time, 'cause I need to tell you what's Do you learn? Does it burn in your mind? Do you want to make our love survive? Do you want to make our love survive? It's to you I am true, holding on to what you say and do. But I heard from the pain I have inside. Won't you try to make our love survive?
All right. Our friend Grace Marino from the initiative in Australia, and shout out to all our Australian fans. And James, please tell the viewers how to get in touch with you, your website, any social media.
Sure, you got it. What we have, basically I'm on Facebook. You will always find me as James R. Hughes. We have In With the Old has a Facebook page also. But the event we're talking about doing coming up April 6th is Hogs and Hot Rods, 3rd annual. And the main thing is this is all done for an animal shelter, Riverhead Animal Shelter, to where this woman, Denise Lucas, she runs this. She is very big into humane treatment for animals and getting animals homes, adopting animals. She is very big with doing all fundraisers for this, and this is one of hers that I love to do. And please come out, enjoy. If you have any information, if you know vendors that want to come out and get a table, the $50 a table, and you could call Denise at 516-768-7467, and or email Denise at rmtas.org. So please get in contact with us. If not, just come down and enjoy the music. Find something.
There you go. Worthwhile charity. Support it. And Steve, tell the listeners how they could check out your show.
Oh, thanks, Evan. Just go to planetludwig.com, and that's the day before legendsradio.net. I'm going to give you a little plug, Evan. You're always nice enough to allow me. We're premieres Tuesday nights, and then it's archived like your show is.
For eternity.
For eternity,
That's
forever
right.
and ever.
We'll be floating around in cyberspace long after we're gone.
Yeah, well, long after
That's
we're
right.
down below,
That's
we'll be
right.
floating up above.
That's right. Anyway, folks, we will be right back with Jackie Melendez and Minnie Deanne. Don't you dare go anywhere.
All right. Thank you, Evan.
Hi, my name is Dr. Tom Dow. We have a multidisciplinary practice in Melville and Ronkonkoma, New York, and we treat patients with many, many different conditions, from newborns through geriatric patients with numerous different techniques. There's a technique and a type of treatment for every class of patient. We have them all here. Here's my son Thomas, also a doctor of chiropractic, working on one of our patients' cervical spine. This patient has had chronic neck pain for many, many, many years, has been to a multitude of different practitioners with little or no response. And with our specialized techniques, she has improved tremendously and continues to improve on a daily basis. We have two practices, one in Melville and one in Ronkonkoma, New York. We are a multidiscipline chiropractic office. What that means is we have chiropractors, massage therapists, acupuncturists, psychologists, all working as a team and a network of outside professionals such as orthopedists and neurologists that we work hand in hand with to help determine what your injuries are and the best way to treat your injuries. I have the great pleasure of having my son in practice with me. We work hand in hand, father and son, to give our patients the best care possible, and a staff which is loving, caring, and you'll never have to wait at all in our office for service. Many times patients come into our office and they have what's called a soft tissue injury. Soft tissue injuries are like scars inside your body. If you've ever been cut on the outside of your body, you get a scar. The same thing happens inside of your body to your muscles and ligaments. So our job is to determine where those are, stretch the muscles, adjust the vertebra back into their correct position, and then refortify the normal structure with exercise. That's what we do best, and I hope someday you'll come see us at one of our two offices. Thank you.
For nearly a decade, Evan Ginsberg's Legends Radio has featured interviews with the greatest names in the arts and sports. Heard worldwide at legendsradio.net, the program has featured these great musical legends: Ray Manzarek of The Doors, Billy Corgan of Smashing Pumpkins, Judy Collins, Roberta Flack, and many more. Stars from movies, TV, and comedy have included Jenny McCarthy, Wayne Brady, 30 Rock's Judah Friedlander, Shelley Berman, Jackie the Joke Man Martling, David Allen Greer, and Paul Mooney. Stars of pro wrestling and MMA include Bruno Sammartino, Rowdy Roddy Piper, Superstar Billy Graham, and Frank Shamrock. Co-hosted by renowned journalist Dr. Mike Lano, Legends Radio is heard Wednesdays 7 p.m. to 9:20 p.m. Eastern Standard. We are archived 24/7 with hundreds of hours of classic interviews. Legends Radio also features the best in indie music, showcasing talent deserving wider exposure.
I'm from Brooklyn, baby. Don't forget the gravy.
We are soldiers.
You missed the birth of your mother and father. Don't you dare miss Evan Ginsberg's Legends Radio.
I am Tom Mealy for the Harrison Law Group, and I have been telling you for years that getting involved in an automobile accident is no joke. This is what we do. We're not new at this game. If you've been involved in an accident of any kind and you go to a law firm that says you have no case, it's simple. It's because they can't do it and they don't get it. You need to call us directly at 1-800-INJURY-LAW.
All right, and we are back with Legends TV. And just want to remind everybody that this Thursday, 8:30 a.m., we debut on Manhattan Neighborhood Network. That's something special, so you could check us out there. And also very special is entrepreneur Jackie Melendez and hip-hop artist Minni Deanne joining us right now. How are you?
Having us. Thanks for
Thank you.
having us.
Good morning. Good morning.
Very welcome. You're very welcome. Better late than never, Jackie.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Anyway.
K-Fab.
Yeah. So, Jackie, tell us about your businesses and your various enterprises now that you've expanded into showbiz.
I know, right? Thank you. I want to say thank you
Sure.
to you and Steve for having us. One of my passions was always baking. So I used to do, the mom thing and bake sales at schools until one day someone says, oh, I want to order. And it took it to just baking at school to now having my Star Delights catering. I do all kinds of events. I do a free tasting. And that led me to start my own network. I want to be like you in a way.
There you go.
And I started with Women's Networking Emporium, which is not WNE, which is not limited to women. But I felt that I
So
wanted
can Steve go to one of the events?
Of course.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Yes, of
There you
course.
I'll be there.
I'll even make a cupcake in your name, in honor.
Obviously, there'll be no icing on that.
Yeah.
But it gave me an opportunity to do something locally in Brooklyn, because I'm from Brooklyn. So I wanted to get together with other women, business people, businessmen, to create a network of resources to support each other. So if you're having an event or you're doing something, we're going to come out, we're going to support you, have tables, have entertainers. That's how I met Evan. That's how I met Minni. And it's grown to so many different levels. It's beautiful. So.
Yeah, we kind of travel in the same circuit. Edwin Vasquez,
Absolutely.
Cynthia Sepulveda Caballero. Yeah.
With Flaco Coquito, and it's a good network. We've created some great friendships, and
Yeah, absolutely.
it's amazing. So I really
And some very talented people like Minni.
Absolutely.
So out of all the artists, why did you choose to represent Minni?
I felt two things. She was very humble, and she's sincere. She's not a person that has a facade that she's trying to be someone else. She's just trying to put out her passion, her purpose, and this is something that she's been into since she was 6, 7 years old. So that was important to me. Representing or being along with someone who is genuine and sincere, like you, like Steve, you have this passion, something about you, when you meet someone and you're like, wow, that person really has that shining light. And yeah, you do.
There you go.
So-
Shining light.
Shining light.
So tell us about yourself.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Seeing you stop by, Minni.
Well, I was born in Jamaica, and I moved here when I was 7 years old. And ever since I moved here, it was just this burning passion for me to really become something in the entertainment industry. And I started out in a church choir,
Okay.
and we competed everywhere. Eventually, that led to me building confidence and feeling like, I wanted to take it to the next level. And I started singing at first. We did shows all over the place, and then started doing some acting stuff. Did a couple of features in or extra work in a few movies and videos, and then decided that I wanted to try the rapping route, and so here I am.
So down the road, if you had a choice to win the Oscar or the Grammy, which one would you choose? Be honest.
No, music is always
Music, okay.
my first passion.
Okay.
But I don't want to just limit myself to just music. I feel like there's just so much more that you can accomplish. So I'll win the Grammy and the Oscar.
Okay. like Beyonce.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who are some of your influences?
Some of my influences range, because I'm from a Caribbean descent. Bob Marley is one of my biggest inspirations. The late great Aaliyah was one of my influences. Eve is one of my influences. Whitney Houston is an influence. Tupac Shakur is one of my influences. So it ranges.
I'm going to ask my traditional question whenever I have a female rapper on the show. Why are there not more, huge female rappers? I think there's a lot of sexism in that industry.
You're right. And I think it's a double standard for women. I don't think that they believe women can really deliver like a man can. And so when scouting for talent, women are not generally the ones that they look to seek. They look to seek men, and we still have to fight. And this is not just music. This is every business. This transcends across so many different professions. And it's really up to us to change that. You know, we still have to fight and we still have to work 2 times as hard, but I'm down for that. So.
And who are some female rappers that have influenced you?
Salt
and Pepper.
Salt and Pepper, yeah.
You can name them on 2 hands, the ones that really made it.
Right. It's only so many, so I think the answers are always going to be the same. Salt and Pepper is definitely one. MC Light, Missy Elliott, Eve. Those are like the main.
You remember Moni Love?
Oh, yes.
No.
Slightly.
You're too young.
Yes.
She was great, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Roxanne.
Oh yeah, Roxanne Shante.
Yeah, of course. Yes.
Yeah.
You see, you're surprised the middle-aged white guy knows this, right? See, what people forget is Chuck D and African Bambaataa and Flavor Flav. These guys have been around 40 years. Hip hop is not young anymore. They have hip hop oldies tours now. Oh, really? Absolutely. I'm sure Steve has some pressing questions.
Well, when did you start singing?
About 7 years old. I remember this very key memory that I have when I was 7 years old, and I was sitting in the backyard with my dad, and he started singing an old. I don't remember what song it was, but I remember how much that inspired me at that age. And I remember I was 7 years old, and when I moved to New York, unfortunately, he wasn't able to move with us at the time. But me wanting to keep that part of him in me was what really pushed me into making that plunge into like, okay, you're going to do it because this is the part of your dad that you want to keep. Yeah.
So your dad's aura is with you at all times.
Yeah. Now he's with us, but at the time he wasn't. Yeah.
And how about it in school in Jamaica? Did you have music programs in school?
We were in a lot of different things. Music wasn't one of them. But music was something that just came naturally to me. I think because I enjoyed it, singing with him and performing alongside him, it was something that was sort of just embedded in us. And that followed me throughout my whole life. No matter what happened, no matter what obstacles or ups and downs we had to face, music was not something that I could ever shake. It was just something that I had to do. Yeah.
And Jackie, you have a whole network of strong, women that start their own businesses. What would you recommend to a young woman who wants to start a business, and what pitfalls can she avoid? Or
well, I told Minnie that her singing, her talent, her skill, her craft is her business. So it's about branding her business. One of the most important things that I do say when I meet people and I introduce her, besides originally being from Jamaica and coming here and, having that desire to be better, she's earned a master's degree.
Wow.
And to me, that's important because...
I earned a master's degree. Nobody would ever know it. Right. Yeah.
You do? You have one?
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
No, I'm joking.
But
no one else does either.
Oh, okay. Now we all know Evan has a master's degree. I feel that it's important to focus on that because it's about her being... that model, that mentor, and people being able to say, wow, look at her, she's educated, she's gotten this education that if she decides to go another route, she always has that education. That's another skill, and she can do anything she wants. Giving back to the community, she does that. She plays soccer on Saturdays with kids. She works with children after school programs, and I think besides her talent, that's important, giving back. And I praise her, I admire her, I want my daughter to be like her, follow those footsteps. Business, it's important about your representation, what you want people to see you as. You could be very sexy and grown, but not over. And she has that great balance. So as far as business, moving forward, branding herself, representing herself, being around people, an example like you guys, that you've gone to different levels of business and you continue to do so. And importantly, you're bringing other people up. And that's a great trait in business, being a manager, being able to bring other people into the same scene, and that's important. So she's doing great. She has the education background. She has the personality. She's humble but hungry. And her business is going to go, her brand is going to go sky high. The sky's the limit, so whatever she wants to do. And if she needs me, her pit bull, I'm there for her. I got her back.
And Minnie, since Jackie brought it up, you have a master's degree.
Yes.
A couple of weeks ago, we had Atlas on the show, and she lectures in various educational settings, great female rapper. why is it that the commercial rap, many times they dumb it down? Do you notice this? I mean, why is that necessary? Why can't a intelligent, educated artist put out the next songs in the key of life or what's going on instead of dumbing it down where this is club music, just dance music? You know, why not?
You know what I think? I think that it's up to the consumer who's purchasing the albums and the songs to make it known that they don't only want dumbed down music, that they actually want music of substance. I think record labels and execs are pigeonholing the communities that we're trying to make this music for as being maybe less educated. So they don't understand the concepts of what you would try to educate someone
Well,
on.
even in pop music going back 50 years, it was always, it has a nice beat and you could dance to it, right? I mean, so, you know, this is nothing new,
Right.
but still, I would think that, for example, I was telling Outlast, she's a mom and her kid was on the show, and, you know, why not do a song from the perspective of, let's say, a 30-year-old mom, you know, dealing with life, instead of, you know, let's get on the dance floor, you know?
I think the music industry is about selling dreams to people, and to have this very unattainable. That's what celebrities are. Is they're unattainable. This very clean, pretty picture that they paint. It's not about the struggles. It's not about the hardship that we really face. It's not about reality. It's sort of just about being able to get the nice cars and the nice jewelry, and that's the kind of picture that the audience sees and wants it so much that they're willing to pay $13 for the album or pay $15 for the magazines because they want to have that escape.
Right.
And so I guess that's what, when they sit in those meetings, they sit down and say, look, we want to make sure that Minni looks like she is just flawless. Records, songs, pictures, everything.
Sure.
That's just that's the world we live in.
Well, there's nothing wrong with looking good, but you still want the music to move people as well as entertain them, and
Well, we're trying to bring that back. That's exactly what that's what I'm doing now. Hopefully, when we put the singles out and we put the music out, people actually take to it, because what they can't deny is what the people want, and if they want it, they'll get it, and if they get it, then they'll start to change the mindset of who's making the decisions.
There you go.
Yeah.
And we're going to hear your music later. Please give out your contact information, website, social media.
Sure. Facebook, Minni Deanne. That's facebook.com/Minni Deanne.
And spell it, because it's a tough spell. Yeah.
MINNIDEANNE. That's Minni Deanne. For Twitter, it's the same thing. MINNIDEANNE. Instagram, Minni Deanne. YouTube. The only thing that's different is YouTube. That's Minni Music TV. MINNIMUSIC TV. For everything else, it's minnimanagement.com @gmail.com.
Okay. And Jackie, please, your contact information.
Facebook would be Jackie Melendez. I also have Star Delights with 2 R's, STARR Delights. Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram, the same thing with Women's Networking Emporium, and it would be WNE Leadership at Instagram. And I wanted to say one thing else about Minni that I'm very proud of, because that's the part of me that I'm the mother.
Yeah.
Besides what she's done, she also is part of an anti-bullying program.
That's great.
And she travels to different schools. And to me, it's a big personal thing, because I know what it was to be bullied as a child.
I wrote an entire book about being bullied.
Yes.
I grew up in a tough neighborhood.
Yes, so it was tough growing up. And even my son now, going through high school when he's graduating as a senior in honors, he said, Mom, I was bullied, and I didn't want to tell you because I wanted you to know that I could handle it my own. And it made me feel kind of bad, but proud at the same time, because he was able to handle it and overcome it in a positive way.
So what is the organization?
The organization is the Urban Block Party Tour. It's a tour that sort of brings to the forefront anti-bullying education to kids around the 5 boroughs. The schools, the dates vary, so we don't have set dates. We'll just sort of get a call, for next week, and we have to be at a school. But it's a positive thing, and I think the kids.
Very positive. The kids jumping off of roofs.
Yeah.
Right. And nowadays, what we've learned is that children are being. Social media is such a big influence, and bullying is no longer just having somebody talk physically to you. It's all about the Facebook and the Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
So we're bringing all this new information to the schools, and we're doing it in the artistic way. So that reaches them also on another level.
I used to teach kids probably 30 years ago, and you'd walk through the halls, and the kid would go, "You have a big nose, you have a fat ass." I mean, but you know, it scars people. I mean, we're laughing, but it really scars the kids, especially, you know, at an impressionable age. And it's, yeah, I think it's very important, especially today when it gets vicious on social media, and they feel it's the end of the world, and they don't realize it's the same 20 idiots, you know, and you know, they feel everything 100 times more when you're a teenager. And the highest rate of suicide actually is in people in their 50s because they feel like they failed. But the second highest rate of suicide are teenagers. So, you know, the bullying is a very, very serious issue, very serious. You're an educator, Steve, you know.
Yeah, we have, I teach 8th grade.
Okay.
And it's just so important what you're doing. That's really wonderful about the anti-bullying thing, because you see it, you know, these poor kids that are unjustly just picked upon and things like that, and I really applaud you for doing that. It's just, it's so important. So I thank you for it.
And especially as a hip-hop artist, the kids will relate to you.
Yeah.
You know, they'll respect you. You know, sometimes if it's an adult, oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about. But coming from you, they'll listen. They'll listen. Anyway, we're going to go to our next segment. Just want to thank Minni Deanne, Jackie Melendez, and coming up next, folks, we have James Hughes with Tommy Ma in a musical number. Check it out.
Being a fireman is more than just putting out blazes and giving kittens CPR. Sometimes my duty demands I fan the flames, like when a call comes in from a lady who needs immediate assistance. Maybe she needs help with a computer thing. Maybe she wants to go antique. Could be as simple as understanding that walking in heels it's hard. Aussi simple que l'été dernier à Paris. C'est sympa. Maybe it's ladies' night in, and she wants a simple, delicious recipe for margaritas with a twist. First, a can of limeade. Now hold on to this, you'll be using it. Side note, kittens make everything better. Next, add water. Now, a bottle of light beer. No, shh. Trust me, I'm a professional. And last, and most important, Sauza Blue Tequila. Now, mix it up. Ole. Yes, that's what I'm trained for. Whether it's to help her choose leggings or pants, telling her leggings are pants, or discussing leggings and jeggings versus pant pegging at her next ladies' night in, I'll come to the rescue. Don't call me a hero. Just call me. Let me know what time.
YesWeCare.net is a 501c3 charity that provides help to veterans and their families. Please visit YesWeCare.net and donate in any way you can by purchasing our beautiful framed prints or relaxation CDs and DVDs, even smooth jazz CDs. YesWeCare.net. Remember, our troops are on their way home. They need all the support they can get. YesWeCare.net.
My name is Dr. Robert Brevard. I'm here for Multi-Medicine in Westbury, New York. We're located at 1065 Old Country Road, Suite 214. Been here for about 15 years. The practice has medical doctors, physical therapists, chiropractors, acupuncturists. We also do pain management, and we have orthopedists on staff. Here at Advanced Multi-Medicine Rehabilitation, we've got physical therapists on staff who treat an array of conditions, from neck pain to back pain, shoulder pain. We treat carpal tunnel. We treat a lot of car accident patients, slip and falls. We treat patients with knee injuries, with ankle injuries. We have state-of-the-art equipment. We've been here for over 15 years. Vast array of diagnostic testing, from x-rays to EMGs. What is an EMG? It's a diagnostic test that allows a doctor to determine where the pinched nerve is. Cora is a physical therapist at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. She's working on Stephanie, who was involved recently in an automobile accident. Stephanie has tight thoracic and cervical musculature, and Cora is doing some myofascial release work and some therapeutic stretching, doing it to help her with her pain. Vicky is also a patient here at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. Vicky is now working her leg muscles, specifically her quadricep muscles, trying to strengthen them after an injury she sustained. If you find yourself in need of any type of physical therapy, please don't hesitate to call Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation, located in Westbury, New York, in Suite 214. Phone number is 516-334-7000, or find us on our website at advancedmultimedicine.com.
And now, from In with the Old James Hughes and the Maverick Soul Man himself, Tommy Marr. It's all yours, guys.
Thank you. There is a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun, and it's been the room of many a poor boy, and God, I know I'm one. My mother was a tailor. Well, she sewed my new blue jeans. My father was a gambling man down in New Orleans. Now the only thing a gambler needs is a suitcase and a trunk, and the only time he'll be satisfied is when he's on a drum. Come on, Jimmy, tell me. James Hughes.
Easy now.
Oh, mother, tell your children not to do the things I've done. Spend your lives in sin and misery in the house of the rising sun. Well, I've got one foot on the platform, the other foot on the train. Well, I'm going back to New Orleans to learn that bow and chain. Come on, Jimmy, one more time. Well, there is a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor boy. And God, I know I'm one. In God, I know I'm one.
For nearly a decade, Evan Ginsberg's Legends Radio has featured interviews with the greatest names in the arts and sports. Heard worldwide at legendsradio.net, the program has featured these great musical legends: Ray Manzarek of The Doors, Billy Corgan of Smashing Pumpkins, Judy Collins, Roberta Flack, and many more. Stars from movies, TV, and comedy have included Jenny McCarthy, Wayne Brady, 30 Rock's Judah Friedlander, Shelley Berman, Jackie the Joke Man Martling, David Allen Greer, and Paul Mooney. Stars of pro wrestling and MMA include Bruno Sammartino, Rowdy Roddy Piper, Superstar Billy Graham, and Frank Shamrock. Co-hosted by renowned journalist Dr. Mike Lano, Legends Radio is heard Wednesdays 7 p.m. to 9:20 p.m. Eastern Standard. We are archived 24/7 with hundreds of hours of classic interviews. Legends Radio also features the best in indie music, showcasing talent deserving wider exposure.
I'm from Brooklyn, baby. Don't forget the gravy.
We are soldiers.
You missed the birth of your mother and father. Don't you dare miss Evan Ginsberg's Legends Radio.
YesWeCare.net is a 501c3 charity that provides help to veterans and their families. Please visit YesWeCare.net and donate in any way you can by purchasing our beautiful framed prints or relaxation CDs and DVDs, even smooth jazz CDs. YesWeCare.net. Remember, our troops are on their way home. They need all the support they can get. YesWeCare.net.
I woke up this morning, gotta write so much to say. Take the sheets off, turn the lights on, right there what I wanna convey. Is this the deepest side of me? Am I pretending I could be? Can I do this? Prove it. Guess we'll find out with this music. Pardon the interruption, I don't say too much in public. It's a new day, and I must say, I feel that change is coming. Too long you kept me from the truth, listening to everything that's on the news. Trickling, reconditioning, things we've been teaching all our youth. I need to shout it out, I know you see me coming. Anything that I say I'ma do, nothing will keep me from it. I won't apologize, got nothing to lose. I'ma mean what I say and I say what I mean, nothing to prove. I am young, free, live, die, struggle, fight my life. I am young, free, live, die, struggle, fight my life. Stand, salute the team, just watch the way we move. We like a lot of green, just like a lot of you. Miss Hustler Bunny, miss about my money, miss I'm a lady in the street. If you ever try me, we gon' have some problems. So far up out your range, I'm on a different plane, I'm in a different lane, feel like a different game. Put me on the beat, it's hot, you sure already know, bet you I rip it. Don't wanna brag, cause the fact that I'm nice when I'm flowing on the mic every time I spit it. I am the underdog, young above the law, and I am a boss. Why? I'm from New York, I am a beast, and when I feast, I am a monster. Hip-hop is in my veins, I am the answer, the pulse that is in the music, so don't refuse it. The lifeline, suggest you use it, no more excuses. This is a sample, come to my shows, lights dim till the brim, showtime, let go. Come on, I am young, free, live, die, struggle, fight my life. I am young, free, live, die, struggle, fight my life. I am young, free, live, die, struggle, fight my life. I am young, free, live, die, struggle, fight my life.
Put one hand in the air for freedom. It don't matter what they say to me, cause I'm here now and I'm on the shine. Everybody, if you hear me, put one hand in the air for freedom. It don't matter what they say to me, cause I'm here now and now I'm on the shine.
Come on, hey!
This is my new single, Forgot. Come on.
If you got 30 seconds, what would you do with it? Never contemplated if I would ever go through with it. See the situation I'm currently involved in, become the tribulations that I am now lost in. A part of me feel the need to want to succeed. The other half of me stifling, can't even breathe. Look in the mirror, I get sick to my stomach, so repulsed that I wanted to vomit. But who is to blame when nobody knows your name, when everything that you hope was a joke? I wanna know, I magnify all the micronisms inside my soul. Do you now see why I am different? They say that it's a phase, but I'm never gonna change. Never can I lose, I was built this way. Open up the gate so I can sit on my throne, prepare my crown, I'm on my way home. Y'all must have forgot. Can't leave here, how much I fought cause I wanna be here. Every minute that I took was for this moment. In this moment everything is just so clear. What can they say to me? I am the very thing that they said I wouldn't be. All I know, I don't care, I'm just doing me. Who's laughing now? That would be me. I want you to fuel me, the fire I need. Tell me that I'm worth nothing, tell me I won't succeed. Meet me at the crossroad, waiting so patiently. Too long I had to dream that I would reign supreme, that I would be a queen amongst kings. Phoenix, I spread my wings. I've been through it, push, they keep pulling. If you're saying that you're better than me, then you do it. Cause everybody always got something to say. Minnie, you should do this, you should get out my face. Is it true? Yes it is. If I lose, I don't care. The only thing that matters is I do it my way. I'm so sick of it, hoping that you listening. You will never get the best of me, so ignorant. My very existence hurts your heart, don't it? It's such a shame, cause cause I'm finishing what I started. All I've ever known is who I wanna be, who I am now and what's in front of me. Bright lights glare, I stand alone, looking out at the world, I think I'm home. Hear the crowd roar, suddenly I stop. I turn to you, Lord, the only thing I got. All this time it was you that I heard talking, a test of faith. Y'all must have forgot. Can't leave here, how much I fought cause I wanna be here. Every minute that I took was for this moment. In this moment everything is just so clear. What can they say to me? I am the very thing that they said I wouldn't be. All I know, I don't care, I'm just doing me. Who's laughing now? That would be me.